Your thoughts are the only thing that defines whether you achieve success, manifest abundance, and attain what you desire. Stay tuned as I go into detail how the thought system works and how you can turn it around to receive the life of your dreams. Namaste, Sacred Masters. I'm Dr. Aiwa Sukehi, Shadow Work NLP Manifestation Coach, and we're here today to talk about thoughts. For those of you who are into manifesting, thoughts are very important to us in that it is the very thing that defines the success of your manifestations. However, there is literally a science behind how it works and, more importantly, why it works. For those who are in unfamiliar territory, I hope this video will guide you and explain to you the foundations of how thoughts create your physical reality and mold it through the way you think. When we think about thoughts, we think of them as information, an opinion that forms within our heads. For some, we do not realize how powerful this thinking is in reshaping our present and affects our future. But how can thoughts affect the way we experience our world? To merely just tell you that changing your life around starts with just by changing a thought is not enough. So I'm making this video to outline it in various steps about how it all comes together. We have to understand that when we want to see our dreams fulfilled, we want to manifest our desires into reality, it has to start with thought. Why? Because our thoughts changes the way we perceive sensations, and they become emotions, which leads to beliefs. And those beliefs is how the subconscious shapes our reality and future by manifesting it. Oftentimes, deep within our subconscious, beliefs are stuck and hidden that we don't even know exist, and that automatically play out in less than desirable outcomes. Once we can change our beliefs, things happen for us in our lives the way we want it. So we work our way backwards. The beliefs comes from emotions, and emotions are sensations met with thoughts. By changing our thoughts, we can literally change the way we experience our world. I'll explain in the end how to change our thoughts. But like my other videos, first you have to understand the process in a scientific and spiritual way before you can change those thoughts. I don't believe in anybody blindly following what I say, do this and do that. There has to be an actual explanation about why, what, and how all this happens and help it make sense to you. So in this video, our steps we will go through our thoughts, sensations, how it creates emotions, and how emotions shape our beliefs, and how beliefs creates experience, and finally, how do we change things around. For many people, thoughts are something that just comes to your head. Thousands of thoughts go through your head every day, and there is really nothing you can do to stop them. That's just how universal law works. Everything is in constant motion, even your thoughts. When you think about something, there is always a sensation that comes with the thought. For example, if I say love, depending on where you are in your life, love can be either mixed with a sense of wonder and excitement, or it can be mixed with feelings of betrayal and hurt. This really depends on where you are right now and what sensations you associate it with at the current juncture of your life. You would think thoughts mixed with sensations are based upon experience, but it is really based upon nothing more than the present. Let me explain. If you're going through a breakup, the idea of love becomes dark, heavy, and almost painful. Even though you have experienced the wondrous parts of love, during a breakup, you only focus on the present. The same if you are in love with somebody, you don't think about the past and how hurtful it was to you. You see love with new hopes and dreams. So the idea is that what we experience, despite our ego telling us we are experienced and smart, we really are only living in the moment. What happens when a thought is mixed with a sensation is that you get emotion. Now what is the difference? An emotion and a sensation are not the same thing. An emotion is thought mixed with sensation. For example, butterflies in the stomach can either be a terrifying experience for a speaker who is about to do a presentation to 1,000 people, or it it could be a wondrous experience of love. The only difference is thought. The sensations are the same, but the thought associated with it is different. The butterflies in the stomach for the speaker with thought can now be translated into the emotion of fear of public speaking. While for the person who associates butterfly in the stomach with an attractive person they see, can now be translated into the emotion of love or a crush. Let me give you another example. Let's say I told you this person is having trouble catching their breath. Their body's hot and cold at the same time, their heart is pounding. Until I tell you the context of the story and situation around it, you wouldn't know if the person is experiencing a panic attack or an orgasm. Are you starting to see how sensations are neither good or bad? It's the thoughts we couple it with that takes the sensation and turns it into an emotion. Nobody wants a panic attack. Everybody wants an orgasm. But yet they are the same sensation. So that's why shadow work is also important, in that we bring ourselves to feel comfortable with the sensations, and by changing our thoughts, we accept it and integrate it with us. Thus, even though those sensations exist, we don't risk the problem of turning sensations into emotions like fear, anger, panic attacks, but rather into things that would serve us in our lives. But how does emotions affect the way our lives can be manifested and steered in the direction of our dreams and desires? The simplest answer is that if we are obviously depressed or having a panic attack, we can't move forward with our lives or have the energy to do anything. The spiritual answer from the teachings of masters like Abraham Hicks or Neville Goddard is that you manifest what you feel. If you dwell in negative energies, you attract negative energies more. If you dwell in positive energies, you attract those more. If you want to manifest the life of your dreams, you get yourself into a state of high vibrations like love and gratitude and focus on those things. Those things do work if you're willing to take them at face value. But I'm sure you're here right now because you want a better explanation about how all these things work. So that's why we're here. How your thoughts leading to emotion shape your world? It's because your emotion guides your subconscious into being aware of things around you. What does that mean? It means that all around you, the universe has already an infinite amount of possibilities surrounding you that can take your life in one direction or another. It's like driving a car and seeing multiple and infinite forks in a road. But if only a couple of forks in a road have street signs, that's where your mind will automatically focus on. Your subconscious will automatically direct your conscious mind to focus on just those two forks in the road. But know that there are still infinite other possibilities. You're just not aware of it because your conscious mind can't take it all at once. That's what your subconscious mind is for, filtering out stuff. Think about it. Have you ever had a friend confess they liked you and you were shocked because you didn't see it coming? Have you wanted a car and suddenly you start seeing that car everywhere in the road? Or you start to notice numbers sequentially more and more? That's because when you activate a thought, you transfer it into your subconscious and a region of your brainstem, which is literally a bundle of nerves known as the reticular activating system, otherwise known as RAS, and it all begins to light up. Check out my video on the science behind manifestations to find out more about it. But know that scientifically, this is all happening because of just your thoughts. Everything that could possibly exist already exists in the realm of possibility. Your RAS doesn't see it yet. Did you think that the discovery of medicine was due to the fact some scientist or doctor manifested it out of the ether? No. They combined elements that already existed since the time of dinosaurs and created a new product which we give it a name like Tylenol or Advil. It has to take their RAS to be aware of these different elements and put them together to create something. It's like a fashion style, combining fabrics, color, and cutting to create a new look. Musicians don't create out of the ether. They create it with putting different beats, tunes, and notes together to create a harmonious melody. But the piano was already there. And the wood that hits the strings were already there to create a tone. The wood already existed in the beginning of time from trees. You're starting to get the idea. We call it new, but it's not. It's just our RAS system going into hyperdrive because you put your thoughts into that focus and the elements come into play to create and manifest what you desire. And your RAS cannot be activated until you put your thoughts in that direction. And as I said, your emotions are either what's going to make you curl up in bed in anxiety or move to another country because of love. But thoughts can be a scary thing. Some people may feel like they cannot control your thoughts. You can't, but you can start by being aware that you are not your thoughts. What do I mean by that? I mean that thoughts come because of what we experience in life. Almost every thought we have is due to our observations of the world. The funny thing about thoughts is that most of your thoughts are actually from another person. They don't even belong to you. If you think you're having trouble trusting a person again after a bad breakup, those are thoughts that is based upon somebody breaking your trust or dumping you. Without that person, you wouldn't have those thoughts. So can you see how most of your thoughts are not you, but yet you personalize it? You made it your own in your own mind. When you start to become aware of it, you can also become aware of how you change it. Obviously, it's not as simple as just positive thinking. It's more complicated than that, but I'm going to walk you through this. This is just one technique that I use, and again, if you have techniques that work for you, comment below to share some of your creative ideas with others. But a technique that I use is a thing I call transference. Whenever I have a thought that creates a sensation within me, I hold on to that sensation. My awareness is that the sensation may feel bad right now, but only because it's attached to the wrong thought. So if you're doing this for the first time, your automatic response is to either shut the sensation down, avoid it, or react negatively to it. Stay with the sensation and be aware of the thought. Once I became aware of it, I can now begin to make a change to it. Let me give you an example. I once had my heart broken by my ex-fiancé who cheated on me. The sensation I had was a heavy feeling in my heart, as though it was being crushed by an energy or vibration. When I looked into my sensation and saw the thought associated with it, it's called heartbreak. But on a cellular level, nothing is broken. If my heart's broken, I will be dead now, but it's not. It's just a sensation. So I had to work on my thoughts. Changing my thoughts to she didn't cheat on me was impossible because the reality is in front of me. Both my conscious and my subconscious didn't agree with me. But when I start to think that the universe was clearing her low vibration away from me to give me something better, that begins to sound more plausible. Now I have to associate that thinking with the sensation that I was feeling. If I repress that sensation away and try to think of more positive thoughts, that dark feeling of being heartbroken will always be there because I did not work on it and do any transference to it. Some people come out of relationships because they repress their feelings and just try to act and think positive. Go out, go on more dates, go out with friends. But if you don't do transference, which is another form of shadow work, then the repressed feelings will come up again. Your new lover might be texting his mother, but your old experiences and feelings will start to come up, and you might think that they are texting another lover instead. See how unsolved repressed emotions can get you into trouble? If you are having trouble controlling these kinds of thoughts, it's because you have not done any transference or shadow work. To make things easier for you, just remember, the thoughts are not your own. They are merely information created by experiences and observations you had in life. Don't accuse your lover of texting your mother because you think they're texting somebody else because your unhealed thoughts are from your past relationship experiences. If you did not experience somebody hurting you, you would not have that thought to begin with. The ego is giving you those thoughts disguised as protecting you. But now, your unhealed baggage, your past lover, is now in a relationship with your current one. See how unfair it is? Without healing, you really never move on to a new life. It's just a cycle of the same thing over and over again. We have to understand that oftentimes when we don't control our thoughts, they manifest themselves in unhealed, repressed emotions. And that twin flame and soulmate relationship you wanted, that work contract you needed, are just going to be subjects of your self-sabotage. If you had a child, would you let them handle all your family's finances at the age of 10? No, because they're not ready for it yet. Correct? The same thing with the universe. It won't give you anything until you're ready for it. And so, you can use your thoughts to heal. By changing your thoughts associated with your sensations, which changes your emotions and activates a new RAS system in your brain, where your subconscious can begin guiding you into a new life where you can attract, attain, and hold onto the life of your dreams and desires. Do you have your own technique you use to control your thoughts without repressing them or ignoring them? Comment below to share some of your creative ideas for an infinite problems that we see in this world. Hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell if you haven't done so already, as I'll be making more videos like this and sharing more shadow work techniques every Thursday and Sunday. This will help me provide more help to others, as well as supporting me to doing more of this for you and making this information free and available to all. Thank you again for your time. I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.